Welcome back to this series. In this video we are going to explore the basic structure of ASP.NET Core project and set up everything you need to get started. Understanding the folder structure is important when working with ASP.NET Core. We will create a new project, walk through its file in folder and explain the purpose of each part so you know exactly where to put your code. Let's begin by creating a new ASP.NET Core MVC project in Visual Studio. Let me open the Visual Studio and create the new project. Here select the click on the create new project and select the technology. Programming language is C#, Windows, Web. Here we want to select the ASP.NET Core model view in controller. Next, name of the project, suppose test project. Same with the solution name, and also you can select the location. This is the default location. Next, select the framework. So I want to work with 8.0, and also you can select the authentication type. Different authentication type: individual account, Microsoft Identity Platform, Windows. So I want to work with the individual account. So configure for HTTPS is already checked. Create. It will take a few seconds. After a few seconds the project will be created. So this is our test project. These are the folder and file structure of the project. Let's explain one by one. The first one is connected services. So the purpose of this folder, it's used to integrate third-party services such as API, cloud storage, or external dependency like Microsoft Azure, AWS, and RESTful services. And you can add, remove, or configure these services from Visual Studio. And also Azure storage for cloud file storage, RESTful API, external API integration, and also entity framework database connection. Next we have dependencies. So the purpose of this folder, it contains all the install and UGit packages and framework library that the project depends on. And also it allows the project to use third-party library like entity framework core. Inside dependency we have NuGet packages. So NuGet packages store external dependency like Microsoft Entity Framework, SDK, and other frameworks. It includes necessary ASP.NET Core framework. So next we have property. In the property, it contains project specific metadata and setting. Here we have services dependency and length setting.json. In length setting, it defines how the application starts when running in development mode. Here we have different things like port number, like environment, like profile, these things. Next we have wwwroot. So the purpose of wwwroot, this is a public folder which stores static file like CSS, JavaScript, other library like Bootstrap, jQuery validation. These things you can store here. Next we have area. So the area folder is just for use modularizing large application, and also each area contains its own controller view and models. So you can use it for when you develop a modularizing large application, you can use the area folder. Next we have controller. So controller, the purpose of controller, it handles user requests and process them. By default we have home controller. Inside each controller we have action methods. So we will discuss controller model view MVC in detail in next video. Just here we talk about the folder. And also controller communicate with model in return view or JSON response. Next we have data. By the name of data we have folder. Inside data we have different thing like entity framework, DB context, class, migration, repositories. These things all include related to data folder. Next is model. So the purpose of this folder, it stored the data structure. So model is just a class that defines the database schema. Next we have view. Inside view we have view home, shared, view import, view start, that's HTML views. So the purpose of views, view folder just contains UI pages by the extension of .cshtml file, and also it uses Razor syntax. Razor syntax means it's used to embed C# code into HTML pages. And also we have shared folder which contains layout.html, login partial, and a validation script partial views, and error views also. Let's explain what's the purpose of view import and view start.html. So the purpose of view import, it provide global Razor directory. It means it define global namespace, title, parent directory views in view. Instead of writing the same using statement every view, you can define them once in the view import.html. Next we have view start. So view start, the purpose of this view, it just set the default layout for our Razor view. So you don't have to specify layout in every view manually. It runs before each view is rendered. Next we have upsetting.json. So upsetting.json, it store database connection string and also API key and other configuration. So here we have default connection. It stored a database connection. We will set the server, the database name, these things. Last one we have program.cs. So program.cs, this is the entry point of the application. It configures services like Entity Framework Core, authentication, middleware, routing, these things. So here we have different configuration, like building web application, like database connection, default connection, like identity, like services of authentication, authorization, also built-in middlewares for HTTP, for static file, for routing, for enable authorization. Here we have a route, the default routing. And also at the last we have app.run method. So the purpose, it start the web server and run the application. So these all about the folder and file structure of ASP.NET Core MVC project. Let's run this project. Here, from here also you can run, and also Control plus F5. The server is start and the project is run. So this is the default template for the ASP.NET Core MVC. Here we have the header, some menu, welcome message. This is the individual account which use the identity framework. You can register your user, and also you can log in from here by your credential, email and password. So now that your project is set up, you are ready to start building features. So in the next video we will talk about the MVC architecture in detail. So don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.